Have you ever felt a strange restlessness right before something incredible happened in your life? A whisper, a nudge, a feeling you couldn't quite explain, but you knew, deep down, that something was shifting. That wasn't random. That was a sign. Before your life changes in a big way, before the breakthrough, before the miracle you've been praying for finally shows up, the universe sends signals. Quiet ones. Easy to miss if you're not paying attention. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what those 4 signs look like. So the next time one shows up in your life, you won't ignore it. You'll recognize it. You'll trust it. And you'll walk straight into the life you were always meant to live. If this resonates with you even a little, hit subscribe right now. Because by the end of this video, you're going to want to come back to this channel for more. Now, let's get into it. For years, I didn't understand this. I used to think change had to announce itself loudly. A thunderclap, a dramatic event, something unmistakable. But the truth is, most of the biggest transformations in my life started as something small. A feeling I almost dismissed. A thought I almost talked myself out of. And I know I'm not alone in this, because so many of you have written to me saying the same thing. I felt something was coming, but I ignored it, and now I wonder what could have been. So let's change that starting today. Sign number 1. A desire that won't leave you alone. The first sign is a desire that keeps returning, no matter how many times you push it away. This isn't a passing craving, like wanting a new pair of shoes. This is something deeper. A pull toward a completely different life, a different city, a different career, a different version of yourself. And here's the thing. That desire isn't random. It's not your ego being greedy. It's a message. Every genuine, recurring desire is an invitation from something greater than you, guiding you toward the life you're meant to live. Think about it for a moment. Is there something you've wanted for years, quietly, persistently, that you've talked yourself out of 100 times? A business idea, a move, a relationship you know you deserve, a creative passion you buried because someone once told you it wasn't practical? Here's a quick exercise for you. Pause this video for 10 seconds and ask yourself, what is the one desire that has followed me the longest? Not something you saw on social media last week. Something that has lived inside you for years. Write it down. That desire is not an accident. Sign number 2. A feeling of expansion, not contraction. The second sign is how the idea feels in your body. This one is simple, but life-changing once you learn to notice it. When something is truly aligned with your path, thinking about it creates a sense of expansion. Excitement, lightness, even a kind of nervous joy. Your chest opens up. But when something is wrong for you, or when fear is disguising itself as logic, you feel contraction, tightness, dread, a heaviness in your stomach. Louise Hay used to teach that the body speaks a language of its own, long before the mind catches up. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote that a hunch, a true inner prompting, always brings a feeling of peace. Never panic. That distinction matters more than most people realize. So, here's a question for you to sit with. Think of a decision you're facing right now. When you imagine saying yes to it, does your body expand or contract? Does it feel like relief? Or does it feel like a trap dressed up as an opportunity? Learning to read that signal is one of the most powerful skills you can develop, because your logical mind can be fooled, but your body rarely lies. Sign number 3. The situation asks you to grow. The third sign is that this new path, this new opportunity, requires something from you. It's not handed to you fully formed. It asks you to stretch, to learn a new skill, to release an old fear, to become someone slightly braver than who you are today. This is important, because so many people wait for change to arrive without any effort on their part. And then they feel abandoned when it doesn't come easily. Real transformation is a partnership. Neville Goddard taught that we must first assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, living from the end as he called it. But he also taught that inspired action always follows true belief. You feel it, and then you move. Joseph Murphy said something similar. The subconscious mind works like fertile soil, but you still have to plant the seed and tend it. So let me ask you this. What is one small, uncomfortable step you've been avoiding, even though some part of you knows it would move you forward? Maybe it's sending that email. Maybe it's having that conversation. Maybe it's simply believing for 5 minutes a day that the life you want is already becoming real. Growth doesn't always feel comfortable, but it always feels meaningful. Sign number 4, the pull has nothing to do with comparison. And the fourth sign, the one people miss the most, is that a true calling never comes from comparing yourself to someone else. If your desire is rooted in, I want what she has, or I need to prove something to them, that's the ego talking, not your higher path. But when a desire is real, when it's soul level, it feels independent of anyone else's opinion. You don't need it to impress people. You need it because something inside you simply knows it's yours. This is the difference between chasing an image and answering a calling. One drains you. The other, even when it's difficult, fills you with a quiet, unshakable certainty. Here's a short exercise to help you apply everything we've covered so far. Take a piece of paper tonight before you go to sleep and write down one desire you truly want, using the present tense as if it's already happening. Not I hope to have, but I am so grateful that I already have. Describe how it feels, not just what it looks like. Write it out several times, slowly, and really feel the emotion behind the words as you write. This simple practice trains your subconscious mind to accept the new reality you're calling in, instead of resisting it out of fear or doubt. And if doubt creeps in while you're doing this, and it will, because that's completely normal, don't fight it. Just acknowledge it gently and return your focus to the feeling of already having what you asked for. The moment you fixate on doubt, you interrupt the process. The moment you release it and trust, you allow the process to continue working in the background, even while you sleep, even while you go about your ordinary day. Now, I want you to think about someone who has already lived this. Someone who once felt stuck, maybe drowning in debt, or stuck in a job that felt like a dead end, who started paying attention to these 4 signs. A desire that wouldn't go away, a feeling of expansion instead of fear, a willingness to grow, and a calling that had nothing to do with anyone else's approval. Slowly, quietly, things began to shift. Opportunities appeared that hadn't existed before. Doors opened that seemed impossible to open, not because of luck, but because they finally stopped ignoring the signs. That could be you. That could be your story a year from now, if you decide today to actually pay attention. So let's bring this all together. The next time you feel a desire that keeps returning, don't brush it aside as wishful thinking. Notice whether it brings you a feeling of expansion or contraction. Your body will tell you the truth before your mind does. Notice whether it's asking you to grow, to stretch, to become a little braver. And notice whether it's truly yours, free from comparison, free from needing anyone else's approval. These 4 signs are not coincidences. They are the language of something greater than us, speaking through feeling instead of words, guiding each of us toward the life we were always meant to live. Before you go, I want to leave you with one more question to reflect on in the comments. Which of these 4 signs do you recognize most in your own life right now? I read every comment, and I'd genuinely love to hear your story. It might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. If this video spoke to you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today, because you never know whose life might change because you pass this along. Thank you for spending this time with me. Trust the signs, trust the timing, and trust that the life you desire is already on its way to you. I'll see you in the next video, when the